So I watched this streamer, the Economic Ninja, and he says if you do an 8-minute video and post it for 8 days in a row, then it will help you get started with your YouTube channel. I have several shorts on there from TikTok, which is trash.fairy7. If you're interested, go in there and check me out. Uh, anyway, um, but I've never posted an actual video before. So this is my first video, and he said just talk about life. So I'm just going to talk about life and maybe my life experiences. Right now, I'm sitting in my car waiting for 7 p.m. to get here because that's when I start my second job, my trash fairy job. And I'm just hanging out, waiting for my partner to get here. I've got about, 20 minutes or so till he gets here. So normally I would be in my truck, but I got a headlight out, and I have a 93 four-wheel drive Toyota pickup. It is not a Tacoma. Tacomas didn't come around until 1995. Fun fact. So, let me get comfortable. So, I was going home the night before last, and I was almost there, and I saw a police officer turn around at me, and I was like, what? I'm not doing nothing. I was doing 53 miles an hour because my truck is 32 years old, and it doesn't do much more than 50, 60 miles an hour. It's screaming if I'm doing more than about 60. Anyway, and he like sped up real fast and got right on my bumper like they do because he was looking at my tag. No big deal because I've worked in law enforcement and been around officers most of my adult life. So I pull into my parents' driveway. I'm staying with my parents right now. They're old and they need me. And I pull in and there's a gate, and I so stop at the gate. So he pulls up like right, and he stays in the road, and I'm like, "What are you doing, dude? You're in the middle of the road. What are you doing?" So he gets out and he comes up there. He says, "You have a headlight out." And I was like, "Oh no, I did not know I had a headlight out." Whenever I was leaving from my second job, I turned my headlights on, and it looked like somebody beside me had turned their headlights on too, and then turned them off real fast. But apparently that was my light blowing. But anyway, so we went through the stop. I showed him my insurance, and he told me I had to take this little bear off of my trailer hitch that's been there for literally 20 years. He said it was obstructing my tag, but hey, whatever. Anyhow, he was nice. Everything was great. So he left. So yesterday I got up and I was like, excuse me, I got the hiccups. I'm gonna change this headlight. I'm gonna do it. I can do it. No big deal. I've watched YouTube videos. I watched like 7 of them. Go out there, and there's these little clips on the inside of the grill. You have to I have a bra on my truck, so I had to take the little bra off and took the little side running lights out. So I find the clips along the top, and I get them out. I broke a couple of them. Big deal. I can zip tie that on there. Again, my truck is 32 years old, and I use it to work. Anyway, so I can't find the clips at the bottom of the grill. I got every light I could find, the brightest light I could find in the house, looked all underneath. Every video that I watched on YouTube, they already had the grill off. And I'm like, dude, how am I supposed to figure out how to take this grill off if you don't show me on the video how to take the grill off? So I got a little frustrated. I was jerking on it. Almost broke it. Did not break it though, luckily, because they cost about $80, $90, which is not a lot, but I don't want to spend $80, $90 if I don't have to. Anyway, so long story short, kind of long story short, the grill is still on, the top is out. I already unscrewed the headlights, the little thing that holds them in place. There's 4 little bolts I got to take off once the grill comes off. But I had to call my nephew, or had to text my nephew, who is the mechanic of the family now, that my daddy's too old to get down there and do it. And he's coming up in a couple days, and he's going to take the grill off and help me change my headlights. And I have the old headlights, the little bulb, like the ones that look like you're holding a lantern out for your car, like a horse and buggy. But I'm changing to some LED headlights. Very excited about that. So we'll see what happens. But anyhow, so now I'm just sitting here in my car because I had to drive my car last night and tonight and maybe Sunday, depending on what day my nephew comes up, to work, to my second job. And it's not a big help driving my car because I can't haul anything in my car because I got a Volvo because, I'm a mama and that's what we drive. But as soon as my truck's fixed, I'll be back at it. Oh, well, as long as my truck will start because back to the 32 years old. Sometimes it's like, yay, we're going down the road. Yay, we're going somewhere. Sometimes it's like, no, not today. We're staying home. So we'll see what happens whenever I go to start it. It needs a new starter, so I'll turn it sometimes and it'll go make this noise, and then and the fuel pump will kick in and it'll get flooded and then it won't start. And it also, every day before I leave, I check the antifreeze, and usually the level is down below the coils. No clue where the antifreeze is going. I think it's blowing out the bottom somewhere. All the hoses have been checked. It's got a brand new radiator. Put a new radiator cap on it. Don't know what's going on with that. If anybody that happens to ever watch this is a mechanic and you have any advice, that'd be wonderful because I'm going through a gallon of antifreeze a week. Well, sometimes in 6 days, depending on how much blows out, but it's usually 5 days, a gallon of antifreeze. Because again, the antifreeze is down below the coils every single day. Every day. And I drive it, all the place I drive it is to work. And my garbage job is what I call it. My trash ferry job is like 14 miles from my parents' house. So I'm only driving it, less than 30 miles a day. So 150 miles a week, thereabouts, maybe a little bit less. But gallon antifreeze. So yeah. So I'm looking at the time on my video and it's already been 7 minutes. I can't believe it's been that long. I was just telling that little dumb story about getting pulled over and having a headlight out and trying to change my headlight. And also, if anybody knows how to knows where those clips are on the bottom of the grill of a 1993 Toyota pickup, you are my hero if you know where those are, because I cannot find them. I took the screwdriver and stuck it in there and poked at everything and pulled and prodded, and I cannot find those clips. There's supposed to be at least 4, maybe 5, but I think there's at least 4. But so that's going to be my very first video. I guess I will draw this to a conclusion. Yeah, I know that it's kind of boring, but I'm going to start telling little stories about my life and giving life advice. But this is video number 1, and I will be back with more interesting content. But right now, this was just a spur of the moment. I didn't know what I was going to talk about until I started talking. So have a good day, and I'll see you soon.